In this video, we are going to talk about the weather here in Naples, Florida, and in particular, something that we call hurricanes. Ironically, I just recorded a video this past Monday, was September 26th, and I talked about living in Naples, Florida. But not yet a day later, on Tuesday, the 27th, we were faced with Hurricane Ian. And so let's talk about this a little bit, because in my video that I'll release in a week or two about living in Naples, Florida, and all the things I love about it, I forgot to mention about hurricanes, although that wasn't the point of that video. But just so to speak, Hurricane Ian just came through here. So it was a 2-day storm, quite devastating. We're going to talk about that. But when I moved here, when I bought my house in 2003, not but a year later, I think it was, I have some notes here, we had Hurricane Charles, which was August 13th of 2004. They came in, and that's when I learned about a thing called a hammer drill. I've always used tools, but I never used a hammer drill before. And so in 2004, after buying my home here in Naples, Florida, I began drilling into the cinder block with something called a hammer drill, an attempt to cover my windows with plywood, because we didn't have hurricane shutters like I do now. And so let's talk about that. Here in Naples, Florida, we do get faced with some tropical storms. We call it like the thumb dipping down. I mean, we do dip down into the Gulf of Mexico. And so back in 2004, we had Hurricane Charlie, which came on August 13, 2004. It was a Category 4. So Category 1 and 2, not too bad. 3, 4, 5, especially Category 4, Category 5, life-threatening, can be complete and utter devastation, lift up homes and whatnot. And so in Hurricane Charlie 2004, just when I bought this house I'm in right now, $16.9 billion worth of damage at the end of that storm. Then we move into Hurricane Wilma in 2005. That was around 125 mile an hour winds. It was on October 24th, 2005, $22.4 billion worth of damage. So I don't recall Wilma as much as Charlie, just because in Hurricane Charlie, I had just gotten down here and I had no idea. For any of you that are thinking of moving here, it's not to say don't come here whatsoever. It's just if you've never experienced storms, it could be a new experience, even when we just get some tropical winds. Moving on to 2017, so we fast forward from 2004, Hurricane Charlie, my first experience, 2005, Hurricane Wilma, 2017, Hurricane Irma, where I evacuated with my 2 kids. We shot up to Jacksonville because they were really talking about a Category 5. It did end up having 115 mile an hour winds somewhere around there. And this was September 10th, 2017, so not so long ago, 5 years ago or so. And so there was a storm that at that time, Hurricane Irma was around a 400-mile wide storm, I think similar to the one we just faced, caused about $50 billion worth of damage. And so that was 2017. Now, just here and now, Ian just passed. I'm sitting here recording this on Friday. Again, Monday, I recorded my video you will eventually see in a week or two, living in Naples, Florida. And within that video, I talked about the Naples Pier. And some of that was knocked out. The Fort Myers Pier, completely gone. The Sanibel Island Causeway, several sections knocked out. So it's not accessible by car. So we're going to have to see what goes on there. So this is just the past couple of days on Tuesday and Wednesday. It was pretty hairy, scary. We had some really high wind gusts, anywhere between 80, I'd say, and they're reporting over 100. I'm going to put in this video. You'll see some images that I took back from Hurricane Irma with trees down. One is a tree on my neighbor's car. You're going to see some images in this video that other people took on Facebook with boats that were dislodged, cars that are in the water, water 4 to 7 feet down Fifth Avenue, which I talk about in the video, living in Naples, Florida. But Naples is resilient. We will clean up. came away unscathed here in my neighborhood, and I'll show you a video of the wind and whatnot that I took actually just 2 days ago. So I didn't talk about the hurricanes. Naples is absolutely beautiful. We are going to clean up from it. But because I recorded living in Naples, Florida on Monday, and Hurricane Ian decided to really show its head as it crossed over Cuba, came up the Gulf of Mexico, and we were fortunate it wasn't a direct hit here in Naples, but it did hit Sanibel Island and Captiva, crossed over. Pretty well decimated Fort Myers Beach. I have friends out there. Many of my friends, even locally, had some water damage, and then crossed over and hit landfall, I believe, at Cape Coral and Port Charlotte area. So that's where this storm actually touched ground, as they call landfall. And I think they said each portion of the eye of the storm was like 37 miles wide, just at the eye, and the storm, I think similar to maybe it was Irma. Yeah, similar to Irma. It was around 400 miles wide, if you can appreciate that. And so this video was just to touch on, we do live in the tropics here. We do dip down into the Gulf of Mexico. I still love Naples, Florida. I praise the Lord that we came away, our family, everybody's safe and sound. But a lot of people that watch my videos, if you follow me, it is something to report on and to be aware of. And so I wanted to mention that, being that we just came out of this. I just got power on last night to be able to record this video. And most of you have watched any of my videos. I don't do much in the way of ad lib, but this was pretty simple. I just want to touch base on the issues of hurricanes. And so we do get those from time to time. And back in 2004, when I was drilling into my home, that was my first experience. I shortly thereafter purchased hurricane shutters, which I highly recommend that you get if you live here in Naples, Florida. And I also really recommend that you heed the warnings. We think we've all, through Hurricane Ian, have learned that when there's evacuations, mandatory, preparations are critical. Leaving way in advance is probably the best idea. You don't want to get stuck in traffic on the highways. We got electric cars, which I don't know how that works when those batteries go dead. We got cars that need gasoline that sometimes you can't, and many times you can't get gas because everybody's out there filling up and utilizing it. So that can be a great difficulty. So with regard to Naples, Florida, we love it. We're going to clean up a little bit and get back to business here. And so, you know, this is the Real Estate Doctor channel. I hope you guys like the content. Please like and subscribe to the Real Estate Doctor channel. I will attach a video to the pros and cons of living in Naples, Florida. So I will attach a video in my description to the pros and cons of living in Naples, Florida. Again, I am Dr. Ron Repesi with Realty One Group Paradise here in sunny Naples, Florida. If you have any questions or comments, shoot them in the comment section. You can reach me at 239-331-5886. Again, 239-331-5886. Hope all my friends and foe out there are doing okay. And for all those that had damage and beyond, you're in our thoughts and prayers. But again, Naples is in the tropics, and so we do face some storms. We do get quite a bit of rain, but we also have an amazing climate for the most part year round, with just sunny, beautiful weather. We'll get the beaches so they're white and sandy and cleaned up like my living in Naples, Florida video. Get the Naples Pier repaired, but you guys will enjoy, if you see the video, living in Naples, Florida, following this one that was recorded before this one. Just a quite interesting scenario that I hope doesn't repeat itself anytime in the near future. There's been years upon years without any storms. Typically, I think they say it's around 10.71 years on average. Average storm speed about 112 miles an hour. And if you've never experienced any of that, it's some whipping speed. You'll see that in the video I'll overlay as I'm talking here in what we call B-roll. So anyway, with that, I'm wishing you peace, health, and happiness and blessings to you all. And I'm going to sign off on this one. Ba-boom.